Kale here from Stomp USA. You've probably seen this UpSound device online already, videos of it. There are quite a number of videos of very accomplished players like Pacho Flores, Javier Gonzalez, John Ruff doing things on the UpSound. I'm going to show you the UpSound from a not so accomplished player's point of view. As I've grown up trying to play the trumpet and still am trying to improve and sound better and have it easier to play, I've tried many different methods from the Chicago school to the Claude Gordon school to the Bill Adams school to the Jim Stamp school to all kinds of schools you can imagine. You'd think I'd be a better player by now, and have had success to some degree. I never got into buzzing, free buzz or buzzing on the mouthpiece, and the true reason was I couldn't do it very well. And so I'd make excuses and say, oh yeah, I tried buzzing on the mouthpiece, but that didn't really work for me. But the truth was, it's just because I couldn't do it. But this UpSound device has really helped me recently not only learn how to buzz on the mouthpiece better, but it's really helped my sound in my playing. And the difference between the UpSound device and the other devices on the market is, for example, it's got a little filter inside. We call this the UpSound filter. It's very important for simulating the vibe of the trumpet. It also has a resonating chamber, and we'll get to both of these things a little bit more in a little while. It comes with different receivers available. This one's for trumpet. We also make them for cornet, flugelhorn, French horn, trombone, both small and large shank, and tuba. So depending on what instrument you're playing or instruments, you can get different receivers to work on it. Now, if you just buzz the mouthpiece by itself, the sound in the air just kind of goes all over the place, and it's really not the nicest sound, you know. Okay, fine. And you'll see guys cup the end of the mouthpiece and try to give it some resistance to simulate the trumpet a little bit. But with the UpSound, because of the filter and the resonating chamber, you really get the essence of what playing trumpet is like without the distraction of the trumpet. Because as soon as we put the mouthpiece in the trumpet and start to play, we've got the distraction of the slots that the trumpet has. We've got the valves. We've got all our preconceived notions from years and years of playing the trumpet. Some of us successfully and some of us not so successfully. In my case, both aspects. So the UpSound has really helped me a lot. Let me show you how I've approached it and how I've been using it. The key is to always use a breath attack, and everything you play as you transition from note to note, you want to make it a very smooth, gliss, almost siren-like transition. So for example, and I like to use a drone, you could play, always with a breath attack. The goal is for the sound to be as resonant as possible. And when you're on the center of the pitch and it's resonating well, you'll actually feel this chamber vibrate in your hand, so you get feedback from this. If you're using too little air, the sound will get crackly or even interrupted. If you're using too much air, it shuts down on you right away. So this UpSound device actually gives you feedback as to whether you're doing it correctly or not. And the whole key is to stay relaxed through the whole thing. Don't let your throat tense up or anything like that. And the UpSound helps you do that because it gives you some resistance that just buzzing on the mouthpiece doesn't give you. Remember, if you only buzz on the mouthpiece, you have to create the resistance, usually in your throat area. We want to be relaxed as possible. So you can do these very simple exercises. For example, we can take that a little bit further. The goal, of course, being to just keep this constant airstream behind your chops. It doesn't have to be a lot, it has to be the right amount. Sort of like a flow study. And you can do it on anything. You can practice music that you're working on, you can do slurs, you can do whatever you want to do. And the final example I'll show you is very simple, because you're all smart enough to figure out things on your own and how you would like to use the UpSound. But if I play a very simple slur on the trumpet, feels to me like I'm keeping my airstream very constant and supported behind the instrument. But it turns out after using the UpSound, I find that that's not necessarily the case, because the slotting of the instrument tends to upset or put a glitch in my air, a hitch in my get-along, if you will. So if I were to play the same thing on the UpSound, and now I go back to the trumpet to play the same thing, it's much easier for me to play, the sound gets better. Another bonus thing about the UpSound is if you're someone who likes to do lead pipe work, like Javier Gonzalez for example, but you're having a tough time with it, not necessarily like Javier because he's got it wired, if you remove the receiver from the UpSound and you have an instrument like a Stomby, hope you all have Stombys, with a reverse lead pipe, you can plug this on the end of the lead pipe, and now it's going to make the lead pipe much more accessible to you. For example, so the UpSound, it's really been helping me a lot. You might want to check it out. It's a way to learn how to play the trumpet much more relaxed. Have a nice day.